Oh, hi. This is Tim Pieser with Freaky 50 Fitness. And have you ever noticed those people at the gym who move from exercise to exercise, writing down notes in their little flashcards? Well, they put a lot of time and effort into developing their workout routines, researching the exercises they're going to perform. They track their sets, repetition, and the amount of weight they're lifting for each exercise to measure the progress in strength gains. Gains in strength lead to ongoing gains in muscle mass, and ongoing gains in muscle mass lead to an overall better muscle to fat body composition. So for all those people who devise their workout programs, do they all become successful in reaching their goals? Well, some will fail simply because they lack the effort and will give up. Others will stick with it. However, they will become frustrated due to lack of progress with their results. Well, why is that? Do you think those people who have spent so much time researching and developing their workout routines have put in the same amount of time researching the foods they should eat within their diet routines? I mean, let's face it, we work out once a day, but we eat like 3 to 6 times a day. So doesn't it make sense that we should spend at least the same amount of time, if not more, researching the foods we should include in our eating workouts? After all, the nutritionists say, eat right. Well, what does that mean? Well, today I'd like to go over what I think it means by sharing with you the common fundamental foods that I eat that have allowed me to maintain a lean, fit body throughout my 40s, and now as a 50-year-old, hopefully throughout my 50s and maybe my 60s. But before doing so, I thought it would be helpful if we reviewed the 6 fundamental nutrients we all need, along with the 16 fundamental minerals that we need. Then I'll follow up and show how most of those nutrients and minerals are found in our common food sources. So let's begin. First, let's go through the 6 fundamental nutrients. First at the top of the list is water. We can't survive without it. And did you know that your muscles are made up of nearly 70% water? So drink plenty of it. Next we have fats. Fats are like a secondary energy source, and they're also playing a vital role in pushing vitamins through our bloodstream. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the fuel for the human body, and there's 2 types, simple and complex. More on those in a moment. Proteins, amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. Vitamins are key to our daily function and our immune system health, while minerals are essential to ensure our bodies operate efficiently. So we all know that water is essential, fats, carbohydrates, and proteins are important, and we're very aware of those as they are predominantly placed on the food labels for most of the foods we buy at the stores and review what we're eating. But the minerals aren't as common. There are a few that we'll recognize pretty readily, but let's review the list so we can learn more about those that are less common. First, we have calcium. Calcium we know we get from our dairy products. Chloride is an essential mineral that we can get from our veggies. Chromium, a key mineral for diabetics as it's a great blood sugar regulator, is found in our protein-based foods, meat, chicken, fish. Copper is something that we can get from liver, oysters, although those may not be very common foods that we eat, so you can get that from dark chocolate. Fluorine is something that's in our water supply. Don't need to say much more about that. Iodine is in our seafoods, especially seaweed, so learn to like sushi. Iron is something that's found in liver and dry herbs. Dark chocolate as well. There's liver again. You know, liver is one of the worst things that I've ever eaten in my entire life. Sorry, Mom. My mom loves liver. I had it as a kid, couldn't stand it. You know that show Top Chef, where they have all chef contestants battling to cook the best meals, and they always throw out a particular food item for them to all prepare? No, to Padma, why don't you include liver on your show and see if there's someone that can come up with a good recipe for liver? Magnesium. Magnesium is something we can get from our oats, rice, brands, and actually molasses. We use molasses at Freaky 50 Fitness in many of our recipes. Manganese, wheat germ, oats, pecans, and chili powder. We make a great chili here as well. I always have trouble saying this, bear with me. Molybdenum is something we can get in basically many of the nuts. Phosphorus is something that's in oats and bran. Potassium. We all know what potassium is. That's obviously bananas. Cantaloupe, a great summer fruit, is also rich in potassium. And did you know that beets have a lot of potassium as well? You know, I was in Australia probably about 8 to 9 years ago, and we went to a restaurant there similar to like a Champs or a Old Chicago here in the States. And I had a nice big juicy burger. And I got about halfway through and I noticed a little bit of an odd taste. And I opened up the hood of that thing and I went, wow, it looks like these are beets. You know, in Australia they take the beets, slice them up like pickles and put them in their burgers. Pretty healthy. Maybe we ought to put that in our American burgers. Selenium. Selenium is a key mineral that we all need. It's been shown to fight cancer, especially prostate cancer. Brazil nuts, very high in selenium. Sodium is something that we can get just about anywhere. It's predominant in most of our foods. So we need to be more conscious about minimizing sodium. Sulfur. Sulfur is something we can get from our protein-based foods, our meat and fish. And finally, zinc is something we can get from beef as well as wheat germ. So there is a summary of our minerals and our nutrients. And as you can see, they're fairly predominant within our common foods. So now it's time to plan our diet routine. But first, let's talk about our primary energy source, carbohydrates. And it's important that we go through something called the glycemic index. The glycemic index is a ranking system for carbohydrate foods. And basically it measures the impact on your blood sugar once you consume a carbohydrate. So all carbohydrates have a glycemic index rank. The higher the rank, the higher the impact on your blood sugar. Hence, the higher the spike in your blood sugar due to a higher rank on the carbohydrate. So let's take a look at the carbohydrates. There's two types, as I mentioned earlier. There's our simple and our complex. Our simple carbohydrates I've organized over to the end of the table here. Things like your fruits, yogurts, honey, and chocolates. These are the type of carbohydrates considered your sugar carbs. And these are great fast digesting carbohydrates to give you quick energy boosts. So these would be the type of carbohydrates that would be ideal to eat after you've worked out, when your muscles have been depleted and you need quick replenishment to your muscle stores. That would be your simple carbs. Let's move on to the complex carbs. Complex carbohydrates are more your starchy carbs. They digest more slowly, so they give you more of a sustained energy release throughout the digestive process. Complex carbohydrates consist of things like sweet potatoes, your vegetables, beans, oatmeal, brown rice. All great carbohydrates to have earlier in the day because they happen to have a higher carbohydrate per serving than, say, some of your vegetables. So in my diet plan, I will eat my things like oatmeal, brown rice, more earlier in the day, breakfast, lunch. Some of my mid-afternoon snacks might have a little bit more carbs in them, but as I taper off in carbs towards dinner time, that helps maintain your lean physique. You do not want to store excess carbs before sleep because if you don't burn those off through energy use, they tend to be stored as fat. So let's move on to the next category of foods essential to our health, and that's our fats. Most people, when they start a weight loss program, think they need to cut out all the fats, but that's not true. That would be a mistake. You just need to learn what the difference between bad and good fats are. Saturated, bad; monounsaturated and polyunsaturated, good. Saturated fats are found in our things like fast food, burgers, cheeseburgers, fries, pizzas, salty snack chips, or sugary snack cakes. Basically, these are a prescription for all of the bad diseases we are trying to avoid, like giving high cholesterol, obesity, pre-diabetes, which leads to type 2 diabetes, heart conditions, heart disease, and stroke. All very costly and deadly diseases. Monounsaturated fats have been shown to actually be very heart healthy. So let's go through a list of what the foods are that contain high monounsaturated fats. First, whenever you're going to cook, fry onions, stir-fry vegetables and meats, the best oil to use is olive oil. Olive oil is very high in monounsaturated fats, and if you've noticed lately when you walk through your grocery aisle, you're going to see the old mainstay Crisco, but you're going to see a whole part of the shelf now dedicated to a multitude of brands of olive oil. So select one you like and cook in olive oil. Olives are actually a great garnish to include in your salads and wraps because they are also very high in monounsaturated fats. Next, you're going to notice I have a very vast array of nuts. Nuts are one of the most healthful foods we can have. Great to manage your cholesterol, increase your HDL cholesterol, which is very important for your heart health. Also, lots of antioxidants in nuts. Pistachios, Brazil nuts, very healthy. Sunflower seeds. Walnuts, walnuts, a fun fact about walnuts, higher in omega-3s per serving as compared to salmon. We'll talk about that further on. Pecans, another great nut. Soy nuts, while nuts are high in fiber, soy nuts have just a little bit more fiber, so I like to include a little bit of soy nuts with my regular nuts to increase my fiber intake. I'll dedicate a whole blog to nuts and fiber as Freaky 50 evolves. Finally, peanuts. They're all in our vending machine, so when you want to select between chips, peanuts, Doritos, go with the peanuts. And then finally, almonds. Almonds are a great nut. A lot of health benefits, antioxidants, and again, cholesterol-fighting food. Include your fats in your diet. It's very important. Finally, you'll notice at the very bottom, dark chocolate over the last several years is starting to get a lot of positive recognition as a very healthy treat. Dark chocolate's very high in antioxidants, and it's also an artery cleaner. So it's great for raising your HDL cholesterol, regulating your blood sugar, and a general heart healthy snack. So that concludes our fats. Now let's talk about our proteins. Everyone knows when you start a weight training program, you're going to need to eat protein because protein, after all, are the building blocks of muscle. Well, let's go through some of the real great sources of protein. First, salmon. Salmon, about 20 grams per serving, and also salmon does have our omega-3s, fatty acids, which are great for heart health. Tuna is very convenient and easy to prepare for lunches, whether you want to just do a tuna salad or throw it in a wrap 2 to 3 times a week for lunch. Great protein-based food during a workout plan. Red meat, I don't eat a lot of red meat, but when I do, I like the leanest cuts, either a filet mignon or a New York strip. And when I go with the New York strips, I want to make sure I cut off all the excess fat. I know people like to cook it, get the fat flavor, but I would rather sacrifice a little flavor for health. Chicken, the most common food in the world. There are many great ways to prepare chicken, and again, as Freaky 50 evolves, we're going to go through several different chicken recipes to make sure that you are very excited about eating this great bird. Ground turkey. We get the 99% fat-free turkey, and this is something we use in our chili recipe that we'll go over here at Freaky 50. Chili is something we've been eating now for about 10 years, and it gets you a couple meals during the week. And like I said, you got your protein, we throw in beans, cinnamon, a great health spice. Like I said, we'll get through that in one of our food cooking blocks. Now, eggs and cottage cheese, as you'll see down here below, are great clean protein sources, very popular in the bodybuilding community. Egg whites and cottage cheese are slow-release proteins, great as bedtime snacks when you need some protein during the night so you don't go through a muscle breakdown when you're on an intense training program. And I'll talk a little bit more about the details of that, again, in another blog throughout as Freaky 50 evolves. Finally, you need about a gram of protein per pound of body weight. So that's a lot of protein if you're 150 to 200 pounds, okay? So pretty hard to get that by eating 6 meals a day with portion sizes of meats and eggs. So a great way to get your additional protein needs met are through supplements. And I've tried many protein powders and protein shakes over the years, and I switched them up often. Over the last couple of years, I migrated to a couple of GNC brands who've become my favorite. There is the Anabolic Whey Extreme 60. Comes in vanilla and chocolate strawberry. I prefer the chocolate and vanilla. And then there's this new total lean shake that they've come out with, a ready to drink, very convenient. These are actually very good. These are probably the best I've ever had. So the GNC brands, great protein drink supplements. So we've got our meats, we've got some dairy and supplements to meet our protein needs. Now you're probably thinking, how does he continue to eat such a small array of foods that are sitting here on this small dining room table without getting bored and going back to the bad foods and falling off the diet wagon? Well, it's very simple. There's a lot of great seasonings that you can use to spice up these foods. And one of the great things we've discovered over the last several years is dry spices. And there's many great brands out there. We like McCormick's because there's a lot of great meat spices. And it's very quick and easy. When you're a busy family, kids, all the activities, you can take a couple chicken breasts, shake a little spice on them, throw them in the oven, done. They come out smelling great, nice and tender, packed full of flavor from these spices. So go ahead and give them a try. You're probably going to migrate to 2 or 3 that you really like, and you'd be surprised how you're never going to get sick of the flavors. But if you do, marinades. There's several marinades out there, but marinades pack a little bit more calories that you don't need, so you need to be careful with how much sauces you're going to use on your meats. I'm a barbecue person, so I do like my barbecue sauce. I love the Famous Dave's, and there's a few other brands a little bit lower in sodium that I like to migrate to over time. Finally, salsa. Salsa is also something that I like to use, whether it's wraps, as a salad dressing, and so forth. So it adds a lot of spice to your food as well. And it's a tomato-based product, and tomato-based products are good for males for prostate cancer. And finally, you'll notice the salad dressings down below. We like low-fat salad dressings, and they're not just for salads. We'll throw them in wraps. Great to make tuna taste better because it's a great food, but it is pretty dry. So again, I would recommend trying out many of the low-cal salad dressings to help you out there. So, a great fundamental set of common foods, spices to make them exciting, and you've got a great nutrition plan. One last thing to make the foods exciting. We have learned over the years from many of the fitness magazines and cooking magazines a great array of recipes that you can cook many of these very healthful foods, make them taste great, and add variety to your life. So we will go through many of these recipes in our cooking blogs here at Freaky 50, and we'll continue to read those magazines and collect new recipes and continue to bring them to you as we continue to grow as a site. So I leave you with the old saying, you are what you eat. So eating a good fundamental diet consisting of many of these common foods, along with following a well-designed workout routine, will put you on your way to a healthy lifestyle, making you part of an evolving solution to our nation's healthcare cost crisis. So, again, I'm Tim Fieser with Freaky 50 Fitness, and I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. And I encourage you to get healthy, to stay wealthy.